So here's a quick overview of what's going on in my garden right now. So this area had overwintering green manure in it, and I've sort of downscaled the garden, so I'm just trying to cut back on the amount of work. So I covered it, I just trimmed it and let it drop, and then I put black plastic over it. So that's kind of closed off. Now what I might do is take it off later on and then put in like maybe a late summer or winter green manure, depending on what I plan to do with that ground next year. But just kind of covering it and putting it sorted to bed just takes the pressure off the rest of the garden. So the next beds here are potatoes. So this one was the last bed that was planted just 2 weeks ago, and I believe this is the main crop. This is connect in that bed. So I just mulched it with straw, and they were planted by hand, so I dropped them as deep as I could and then a thick layer of straw on top. I've mulched the pathway with bark mulch, and then this bed, these two beds here are Orla, so there's 2 rows in each bed and they're coming on nicely. Next door to that then I have 2 beds of garlic, and they've come on really nice. So a few different varieties there, and just kind of weeded the beds. These ones are not planted through Mypex. I have another section in another field up at the top that has their true Mypex, but the beds were quite clean last year. I kind of just put a lot of I suppose work into keeping them clean, and I had to sort of mulch the top of it. So there's 5 rows across and they're coming on really nicely there. And then next door to that then I have brassicas. So this is kale in here, and I've got one sowing, and then I'll have another sowing later on. And then coming across here, this bed had some alliums in it last year, so it will, I think it was alliums anyhow, but this is marked for a green manure. I'm going to put Phacelia buckwheat in there in the next week or so. Then I have some peas here, and at the side of the pea bed then I have some herbs. I just have some parsley. Another 2 beds mulched or covered here, and again I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those, but I think one of them might be for the one beside the peas actually is going to be beans, and then I think this one will be a blank, so I'll probably put in a cover crop. And then these 2 will be winter squashes and courgettes. And yeah, so that's just that section of the garden, and just kind of cleaning the beds and getting things going for the season ahead.